Let's move to the next part of the exercise 4.2 of determinant. It's given that by using the properties of determinants in exercise 6 to 14, show that. That means you don't have to just expand this determinant, find it and find its value. Using the properties of determinant, we have to show these results. Okay, so I will solve question number 7 and question number 9, and you will have to solve remaining questions up to question number 10. The question number 10 is having two parts in it. So let us start by solving question number 7. Given that, prove that this determinant is equals to 4a square b square c square, right? So you can see that from first row we have to, we have to do, we have to use the properties of the determinant for solving this question, right? From the first row we can see that here minus a square, ab and ac. A is common in all the three, right? First row, all the three elements, A is common. From the second row, all the three elements is having B as common, and in the third row, C is common in all the elements, right? So taking A, B, C common from first, second and third row respectively, right? From the first row we will take out A, from the second row we will take out B, and from the third row we will take out C as common. So we will get delta means determinant's value of the determinant, given determinant is equals to ABC. ABC has come out, A from row 1, B from row 2, C from row 3. So what we have got here, minus A, B, C, A, minus B, C, A, B and minus C, right? Again we can see that from the column 1. Now here we can do both the types, like in the row also, in the column also, both we can see that like we can apply the properties, right? So in first column A is common, for second column B is common, and from third column C is common. So again taking A, B, C common from first, second and third columns, we get what? A was already there, again we have taken out A, that means A square, then again 1B, that is B square, and again 1C, that means C square, right? So A square, B square, C square, delta, that means value of the determinant is equals to how much? Minus 1, 1, 1, 1 minus 1, 1, 1, 1 minus 1, right? So it has been reduced from the given determinant, right? It has been reduced. Now we can see that if suppose here minus 1 it is, here plus 1, here plus 1 minus 1, right? If I do, like if I operate row 1 as row 1 plus row 2, if I add these two row in place of row 1, what I will get? I will get here 0, here also 0. That means that calculation I don't have to open all the determinants value, right? So operating row 1 as row 1 plus row 2, right? What we will get here? 0, minus 1 plus 1, 0, 1 minus 1, 0, 1 plus 1, it will be 2. So only row 1 will change, row 2 and row 3 will remain same. So we can see that first two elements of the row 1 is same, 0. So we can expand this determinant with respect to row 1. So if we expand it, so what we will get? A square, B square, C square into 2 times third element, right? What is the value, sign of the determinant is plus, minus, plus. So 2 into, now hide this and this, the row and column of this 2, what we will get? 1 into 1, 1 into 1 minus 1 into 1, right? So what we will get? 2 into 1 minus 1 is plus 1, 1 plus 1, 4. So it is 4 A square, B square, C square, which is the RHS, right? So let us move to question number 9. It is given that x square, yz, y square, zx, z square, xy is equals to xy, x minus y minus z minus x into xy plus yz plus zx, right? So we have to prove this, that this determinant is equals to this without expanding, right, using the properties of determinant. Now you can see that if we first of all just have a look on the right hand side of this expression, it is x minus y, y minus z, right? Now say this column 1, this is row 1, this is row 2, row 3, right? If I want x minus y, what I have to do? I have to do like r1 is r1 minus r2. If I do r1 minus r2 in place of r1, what I will get? X minus y, right? And for y minus z, what should I do? I will do r2 as r2 minus r3, right? Then I will get here in place of r2 what? Y minus z. Okay, now r3 will remain unchanged because max to max we can change either one row or two row, right? All the three rows we cannot operate at a time, okay, else the answer would be 0. We will get the answer as 0, which would be a wrong method. So maximum we can operate using two rows only. So what we will do, operating r1 as r1 minus r2 and r2 as r2 minus r3. So we will get x minus y, then here x square minus y square, here yz minus zx. Similarly on the second row, y minus z, y square minus z square, zx minus xy. Now the third row will remain as it is, same. Now here we can apply the identity, that is a square minus b square is equals to what? A minus b into a plus b. Same thing we have applied here. So we can take it as write x square minus y square as x minus y into x plus y. Right, here you can see that z is common, so we have taken z common here, right? Similarly for the second row also we can operate in the similar manner. Now you can see in the first row here x minus y, and here y minus x. So we can, if we multiply this with minus 1, we will get here x minus y. That means from the first row x minus y is common. Similarly from the second row y minus z is common, right? So we will take out x minus y from the first row and y minus z from the second row. So what we will get here? 1 x plus y minus z, 1 y plus z minus 6, z x z square and xy, right? So here you can see that 1 is coming, right? So if I subtract this, so I will get 0 here. So what we will operate? R1 as R1 minus R2. We will try to make maximum zeros, so the calculation part of the determinant get reduced, right? So our main intention is to find a maximum number of zeros, right, in the determinant while operating this row operation or column operation. So it will be x minus y, y minus z, here 0, r minus r, r1 minus r2. That means here what it is, x plus y minus y minus z, y cancels, y minus z we will get. Here minus z, minus of minus x, minus of minus means plus x. The r2 and r3 will remain same as it is. Now you can see that from this, from r1, x minus, it is 0, x minus z minus z plus x, it is also x minus z, same thing, it is common in both the in all the elements. So we can take out z minus x. Why z minus x? Because here you can see that in the question also the third term was what? Third term was z minus x, right? So we have to take out z minus x as common. According to the RHS we will solve, right? So we will take out what? Z minus x as common from R1. So here 0 will remain as it is, here minus 1 because it was x minus z, so we have to multiply by minus 1. Here also minus 1. R2 and R3 will remain same as it is, unchanged, right? Then here we can see, here it is minus 1 and minus 1. If I subtract these two, right, so what will I get here? 0, again 1 0 I will get, right? So what we will do? C2 as C2 minus C3, that is column 2 as column 2 minus column 3. So I will get here 0, here I will get x plus y plus z, here z square minus xy. C1 and C3 will remain as it is, unchanged. So max to max, I told you that max to max we could get 2 zeros here, 2 zeros I have got here, so I can expand this determinant right now, right? So what we will do, it will be minus 1 times this minor of it. That means if I have to hide this and this, that is column and row of this minus 1 element, so what I will get? 1 and x plus y plus z, and z and x square, z square minus xy. Now how will you solve this? You have to multiply this 1 with this and subtract z with this, multiplication of this. So it will be minus 1 times 1 into z square minus xy minus z into x plus y plus z. We will open this, z square and z square get cancelled, and here also minus 1, and all the elements are minus times. So minus 1, if we multiply this, we will get xy plus yz plus zx. That means which is the value of the RHS. In this way we have to solve the determinant. Like we have to operate through row operation or column operation. We will try to find at least two zeros together in consecutive columns or consecutive rows, and then we will expand this determinant. Okay, thank you.